Good evening, everybody. This is the show Encounters, the number one spiritual UFO talk show on social media. And happy July 5th. We went through July 4th, went to the beach, had a great time, relaxed, took the night off from broadcasting, and we're back. So welcome everybody to Encounters, our Friday night edition as we get ready for the weekend. Saturday night is going to be Ashtar Command Q&A. So that's Saturday night, tomorrow night on Encounters, every Saturday night at 11. Good to see everybody here. We're going to have another wonderful show. I have no idea what's going to happen. Hopefully we get some people that have had positive contact with space people, people that have seen mermaids or merpeople, people with stories about the fairies, people about Bigfoot. Hey, Tara, good to see you, everybody out there. And we're just having a wonderful night here. It's a Friday night. And here in New England, a little bit of thunder and lightning and some rain just earlier. And it's now calming down a little bit. So it's good to have everybody here with us. Hope you're getting ready for the cosmic weekend, wherever you may be. So for new people, just to give you background, I always don't assume everybody coming in here has seen the show before. But if you're finding us or traveling through TikTok land, this is, last night we took a break for July 4th. We, once in a while the commander needs to take at least one night off just to regenerate. And that's always a good thing. Went to the beach, got to see the water, a good thing, It's sunny in California, very good. Hey, Gary, good to see you. And for new people who are new to the show, welcome. Hey, Bernie, Adam Monrino, Tasman, welcome. Lynn, welcome to the show. All the people out there. Hot Granny, good to see you. And you're watching Encounters, and I am CmdrAleon. So for people that are, hey, Acid Messiah, good to see you. I'm from Mars originally. I came to Earth on mission into the human form as a kid. And as I got older, I've had many sightings and became more awakened and downloaded on what my mission was here. And I've also been on radio for 21 years on WESU-FM, NPR Pacific Radio, with the Ashtar Command Cosmic Eye radio show. So I'm also a contactee. You won't find me searching websites for information because they're written by usually human beings that have their own agenda. Yes, we are definitely a starseed. So when I define the word starseed, it means that we came from the stars, from our space family, and came here on mission Earth into the human body. And we are here having the human experience, but we are not from here. So I'm fully conscious, fully awakened and activated on a lot of different levels. And if you've watched my show before, you've seen me do the work I do with the command and with our ships to help people when they've needed help. And I've done it. All my shows are documented. I don't think I have any shows on backlogged. I think we're caught up. So this show that tonight will be recorded, as all shows are on TikTok. And you can watch all my previous shows on YouTube, which is Ashtar Command Spaceship News. So welcome, everybody. Michelle, you probably are. You don't even have to wonder. If you feel you are, then you are. There you go. Hey, Johnny. Hey, Cliff. Good to see you. Papa Smith. Johnny, good to see you, brother. And I have a feeling it's going to be an interesting weekend. I really think things are happening. And it's early yet. Usually we're on at 11, so I took people by surprise. Welcome to the show. Please share and like. We want to get to 100,000 likes tonight. So how you do that is just tap. You can share with people that you think might be interested. Only share with people that would be interested in watching the number one spiritual UFO talk show on social media. And the angels have their own worlds too. Most people don't, really, hey, Radical Granny, good to see you. Most people don't realize that the angelic realm has their own planets. So the beautiful part of life is people think angels don't have any planets. or that some angels or angelic beings don't have families. Oh, this is going to blow the minds of the religious people. Sorry to tell you, the angelic realm has families just like other star people. Yeah, they do. There are angels that have families. You didn't know that, did you? But only on here. And if people say, where did you get that information? I didn't get it on the internet. Nope. The commander just knows that to be true. You know, like I said, I don't go seeking other people's information to clog my mind with their information. That's the beautiful part of me. I get all my downloads direct. You know, hey, Ghost, good to see you. Welcome. Woody Chicken, welcome. And the numbers of people will increase as the night goes on. We're at 71. As we get later on to the evening, hey, we're doing pretty good, Misty. I hope you're doing well as can be for this Friday evening. You know? So it's going to be a good night. Hey, Paranormal, good to see you. I need to share with a few people here. So I'm going to share everyone. See, I have my list of people, and I will share with my group of people. I have a large list of people. I'm just randomly sharing that I'm here, so they will know that I'm here. And as you know I'm here, then you can be here too. So I just shared about 15 friends, or 10 or 15 people. Radically Rain, the outer planets are beautiful. You know? There we go. Now we're over 100 where we should be. It'll just go higher and higher. And we love interviewing people. Yeah, we just started, Susie. I started a little bit early tonight. So nobody's missed anything here. You're all here on time for one of the best actual shows on social media. You don't even need YouTube. You don't need the Discovery Channel or History or whatever else is out there. All you have to do is be here. My neighbor is a Martian. Mauritian? Okay, interesting. Welcome, Kimberly. Yameo, hi, how you doing, Yameo? Welcome. Hey, Hattie, thanks for sharing our live. And we appreciate all the shares. Hey, Cancer Fighter. Hey, brother, good to see you. Yvonne M. Anthony Morton, 99, thanks for joining us. Omni 2023. All the people out there, welcome to the show. See, we have positive vibes on my talk show. It's positive. And if anything goes negative or trolls come in here, I myself and my moderators will actually send you into space. That's right. So if you plan on being negative or trolling, it will not happen here. Guaranteed. We have our cosmic bouncers on my show here. You'll never get in. You'll never be able to stay in the studio. Hey, Lavola, good to see you. Welcome. Tara, thank you. And you know what? And the beautiful thing is, even when we have to have people that have had abductions, I've helped so many people on this program with spaceships and space people from the command helping them over the last few months. And that's one of the things about this show that's unique, is that I'm able to, I don't personally do anything. Well, I do kind of do something. I have telepathic communications with our space command of the Ashtar Command. So I'm able to send spaceships to a location, and we actually are able to quarantine and capture the negative ETs, and they are sent into outer space back to where they came from, and they're never able to come back here again. You don't know that. For those who've watched me, you know that. For new people, you're saying, what's he talking about? Yes, I am in direct communications with the Space Command of the Ashtar Command, and I am able to do this. Hey, Half-Pint, good to see you. I hope you and Ray are doing good up there in the Appalachian Mountains. James Shelton, welcome to the show. Hey, Half-Pint, thank you for the roses. I appreciate it. And I am setting my goals here. I'm going to start with the coral reef. I know that's a pretty high TikTok thing, but I'll work my way down to hats and other things tonight. Are they angry, Misty? Or who angry? Interested in your question. Hey, Len, good to see you. Hey, Mystic Maven, good to see you. With the Anunnaki? No, the Anunnaki are beautiful beings of light. The Anunnaki look just like us. They're taller. The men and women of the Anunnaki. There's so many misconceptions about Anunnaki by people on the internet, on YouTube, everywhere. Anunnaki are very tall, but they are physically human, men and women, very spiritual beings of light. So that's the Anunnaki. Let's see here. Hey, sassy little mama. Good to see you, as always. No, she didn't. I didn't get anything from Britt. I don't know what's going on, but if you can make that happen, Radical Granny, that would be great. That would be really good. Oh, the Anunnaki, the ships. Okay, let's see here. I gotta go backwards. No, the ships aren't angry. The ships are traveling vessels. The Anunnaki, the ships. Can you be more specific about the ships? I've been seeing a lot of activity. Yeah, there's a lot of activity because there's a lot of space beings coming from out of the Earth's atmosphere. There are many galactic light ships or ships of light that are coming to Earth now. As we stated last year, this would increase. What you're going to see is more activity for those that are aware. Misty, you are aware. Obviously, you're tuned in, so that's a good thing. Not everybody yet on Earth is tuned in, but yeah, there's a lot of spaceships coming to Earth with space people inside the spaceships. So the ships themselves are not consciousness. Some ships are, but the ships are basically operated by star people, space people that are from way beyond our Earth that are coming here now. I'm going to look at people's comments here. And the person that Stop It, I think Stop It wants me to stop it. Oh, CED, we can stop it. We can just do this. I just stopped it. CED said stop it, so I stopped them. CED is no longer here. Johnny, we just blocked him right out into space. Hey, Catherine, good to see you. Good, thanks, Johnny. See, that's the good thing about the cosmic bouncers that moderate on my TikTok here. If you come in here and tell me to stop it or some negative thing, you're not going to be here. In 2 seconds, you'll be out of here into space. You'll never come back to Earth. You're gone. Good going, Johnny, man. Good going. You see, some of these people don't know that this is an actual talk show, not a free-for-all. And let's see here. So there's a lot of stuff going on. The Anunnaki, which are part of the Ashtar Command, one of many, many galactic groups of light. Hey, Shelbel, good to see you. And we'll take questions on the show here tonight. If you have a question and you're able to go live, I'd rather do it that way. Why can't people just listen? Because they don't want to. Hey, Stone, good evening. Some people don't want to listen. They want to just do their trolling thing, and it doesn't happen here. Can you suggest some ways to raise your vibration? The best thing to do is the word Om and You. Those are two words that have been around for millions of years, Om and You. So when you meditate, you want to listen to higher vibrational meditation music and find a quiet space. It could be in the woods, it could be on a lake, at an empty beach, wherever it is, and spend maybe 15, 20 minutes sitting down, clearing your consciousness, and just meditating. As you get used to becoming at one, centered with the universe, with the Creator, then you'll be able to tune into a whole different vibrational frequency, and that will raise your vibration. But you have to turn your mind off in order to do it. That's really important, April. I appreciate the question. Just came in and I'm listening. Hey, Frank D. Well, thanks for coming in. We appreciate you. Welcome to the show. For new people here, this is the #1 spiritual UFO talk show. If you're just coming in, you've probably never heard of us. This is the #1 spiritual UFO talk show on any social media. They call me CmdrAleon. I'm the host of WESU FM's NPR Pacifica radio show every Sunday morning. I'm a contactee from the 60s with positive human contact with spiritual beings of light. I've seen hundreds of what we call UFOs or spaceships ever since I was a kid, and everything I've had happen to me, at least, has been a positive experience, including in the current mature time of being an adult. So yeah. Now, here's somebody, I don't know what country they're in. They're saying something is a trap. I don't know what a trap is. Can you expand on what you mean as a trap? And then I'm going to decide whether kid something turbo we're going to throw you out or keep you in. So beware of what you say, brother. And I want to know what you're saying is a trap before I even continue. We'll find out in a minute, folks. See, I'm very conscious, you see. I can't read everybody's mind, but their comments tell me a lot of things. I've never heard of an encounter. Never had an encounter. Oh, you will. Hey, Rhonda, you definitely will someday. And it'll be positive. When it's ready to happen, it'll happen. It doesn't happen to happen tomorrow, it can happen. Hey, Hetty from North Carolina, thank you. We appreciate that. And let's see. Yeah, Kid Turbo is private. Kid Turbo might be out of this world in a minute. I know Kid Turbo can hear and see what I'm saying. So he needs to be more specific as to whether we keep him or not keep him in here, you see. If he wants to watch this show, he has to be very specific. Because it's so general, I don't know what he's talking about. Anyway, until we know what he's talking about, you're watching Encounters. And I know what I'm talking about, right? I always do. You can't trip the commander up because he knows what he's talking about. The cool thing is, hey, Chosen Enigma, I haven't seen you in a while. Good to have you with us on Encounters. Hope you're doing well, getting ready for the weekend. A lot of good people in here, a lot of new people in here. We're glad to have all the new people. Sloan, thank you for the heart me. And if anyone wants to give me one of those gifts, which is a coral, I'm pinning the coral. I have 3 corals. They're at 499 TikTok coins. I know that's a lot, but somebody out there might have tons of TikTok coins. Throw me one of those coral reefs, I'll tell you. Really. Now, also, I have Venmo for those that are watching the show. So during my show, I don't mention it all the time. When you go to my main page on the link, oh, thank you, Biz, for the coral. That's a blessing. Hey, Biz. Hey, brother, thank you. I've never seen anything to make me believe in space people or UFOs, but I have an open mind. Well, that's how it starts, It's all, just take your time with it. And it's good you have an open mind because you can learn a lot about other people's experiences. I know, Rhonda, you are. You've heard a lot of people's stories, abductions, encounters, sightings. So they're going on. You just have to, at some point you'll have your own experience. As a matter of fact, Rhonda, you might want to download the C5 app from Dr. Greer. If you have an iPhone, it's on Apple. It's like $9.95. If you have an Android phone, and that goes for everybody, $9.95. Download the app, follow the protocol, and if you follow the protocol, Rhonda, you will have definitely a sighting in the next few weeks. I guarantee it. Find a place that is a good space. If you have a friend you want to bring with you at night, find it clear skies, do the protocol on the C5 app, and I think you'll have some experiences. Do you like the program SpaceX in the U.S.? No, I don't. I don't support the SpaceX program. I don't support any Earth-based program. Pretty much, the Earth-based programs are not for the benefit of the people. They're programs that are not going to help our planet. But I appreciate the question. I don't support SpaceX. Sue House from Lansing, Michigan. Hey, good to see you. Welcome. Oh, you have, not just with me. Okay. Interesting, Rhonda. Yeah, and Days is right. The C5 app is good. Hey, Marlene Martin Full. Yep. She says, just keep looking up. You will. Let's see here. I'm reading comments. Mike Masters, good to see you. Hello and happy Friday. Money Mike. Good to see you, Money Mike. Hope you're interested in the subject. If you're not, that's fine, man. Have a good weekend. I don't like AI. I think this AI on Facebook is a pain in the neck. Thinks you want it to talk to you. And I really believe in real interaction with real people. So I'm not a supporter of AI. I believe what's really important is people tune in to their inner spirit in terms of getting ready for contact with our space brothers and sisters. Forget the AI. Just really meditate, focus, and get into the cosmic consciousness. That's really the important thing. So no, I prefer to stay away from the AI. I have no use for it myself, personally. Misty says, are some responsible for the tornado activity lately? I don't know that to be true. I don't know. That's a good question. I don't think so, but that's not something I've actually focused on, so I couldn't tell you about the weather activity, tornadic activity. I'm not really sure about that, but I appreciate the question. There's a lot of things I can answer, but that's not one of them. But it's a good question. And I got my tea here. I'm going to finish my tea before I have some apple cider. Golden Bear, good to see you. Yes. Michael Paradise says, how do know Thorhan world galaxies of the world? Hi, do you know Thorhan? I'm not sure what that means. Sometimes I get comments that I'm not really clear about. I'm just making a note here. I'm just making a note here to do this here. All right. I'm your biggest fan. Oh, Pinel, thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate you being a fan of the show. And I know since last year, this thing has taken off like crazy all over the world, so we appreciate that. And Lily USA, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it, Lily. Yeah, you're the best. Amber, thank you, Amber. Good to see you. Thank you for the roses. Thank you, Summer, for the heart me. We appreciate that too. Lisa G, let me go back. I was doing something here. I'll wait for your answer. Susie Beach Toes. I'm going to go back, Lisa G, and see if I can see your question. Hold on a minute. I'm sorry I missed it. Where is it here? Lisa G. I might just bring you up, Lisa G, to ask me the question. I might just keep looking up. You will. Let's see. Lisa G. Lisa G, we're going to bring you up for a minute on this most popular show. Let's see if I can bring Lisa G up so she can ask her question. Okay. So Lisa G, what is your question? Oh, tonight is your night. Okay. Jackie, thank you for the roses. And again, I'm going to do guest interviews tonight all over the world. The way the guest working does work here is you got to be over 18, no kids on the camera, no vaping, no smoking, no drugs, no drinking, nothing like that, no drunks. Hey, Sonic, good to see you, brother. And you can talk about your space people encounters, your star people experiences. Karen, thank you, Karen Morgan. You're a blessing. Thank you so much. You can talk about your encounters. And if you've had contact with fairies, like I said, star people, if you've had Bigfoot communications going on in where you live around the world, anything like that. The Mer people, we talk about the city of the Agartha network, the subterranean cities. We get into a lot of things here that are dealing with disclosure. And letting people know the truth about what's going on the planet and the lies that have been told by all the world governments that have information regarding our star people that are in beyond Earth. So Lisa G says, I don't do another thing. I don't know what that means. You've got me on that one. You got me spoofed on that one. Oh, Karen Morgan, thank you for the cheer you up. I appreciate that so much again. That's good. I love that. I don't own Space Station and Ruby. Boys trying to be the president. I don't get that. I have no idea what that means. Do you think it's necessary to do a shadow work in order to ascend? No, I don't know. I don't believe in any kind of shadow work. You need to do is light work. You need to do meditation. You need to do Christed conscious meditations. And you need to always focus on the light force. That's the most important thing you can do when you're looking to ascend into a higher state. The light is always the key thing. Thank you for the TGFIF Friday, Karen. We appreciate it. I would encourage everybody that wants to make contact eventually with your star family to really focus. I mean, like extremely laser focused on listening to a higher frequency music. There's Christed cosmic ambient music, which I use. There's ambient meditation music that's high frequency. There's starseed music. Believe it or not, there's all different types of music that have a higher vibration. And then you want to use the word you and om when you're meditating. Those are really key, powerful words, the word you and om. So if you use those words and do a 30-minute meditation daily, you're upping your vibrational patterns of your body and your consciousness. I don't know how many people know this, but that is really essential to have you eventually get to the point where you can actually communicate with your star family and they can communicate with you. You need to up your frequency to their frequency in order to have contact. And that's on a mental, telepathic basis. J. Mo Blue says, if they don't travel in a metal ship, they travel in light matter. Check out Las Vegas. So there are different kinds of ships. I'm going to get into this for people that don't understand a lot of the ways the space people come here to Earth. They come in here from other dimensions of existence through wormholes, other ways of getting here. There are different types of spaceships. So there are ships that are conscious, meaning a living ship. Now, what is a living ship? How many people have heard of it? I bet half of you have not heard of the thing called a living ship. What it is a living ship is created through consciousness. The space people in the higher levels of light can create a ship through consciousness. That means it's a living ship. It has controls. It has all the things they need to travel in a conscious living ship. There are other ships that are metallic that come from beyond Earth that are metallic ships. They are some sort of a metal, actually the metal would be not related to Earth metal, a metal from space that is different from the metal that we have on our planet. There's also ships that are basically looking like big round radiant orbs of light. There's all kinds of spaceships out there. There's not any one specific kind of ship. So some people think like, in a very linear term, 3D, about spaceships in space. They think everything has to be metallic. It doesn't. Yes, there are big spaceships that are metallic, and there are other ships that are not. There are ships that are plasma ships, and people say, what's a plasma ship? Well, if you know the definition of plasma, these ships have been documented in Central and South America over the last 30 years that are plasma ships. So they have some plasma energy about them, and they exist. So there's all different types. There's not one mold for non-terrestrial spaceships. There's just not one mold. Yeah, Lisa, we don't get into any political stuff here. So, do you speak with the Apanani? Can you, sleepy panda baby, tell me what that is, who they are, where they're from? Lisa, hey you, I was in the house before the street lights. Couldn't you be a star? Okay, I'm not sure what that's all about. I don't get it. Don't get it. I don't know where they're coming from, what their deal is. King says Anunnaki. Let's see. Anunnaki King? What about the Anunnaki? All different kinds of spaceships. Wow, yes, USA Midnight. There are many different kinds. King, you want me to explain about what? The Anunnaki? I think King wants me to explain about the Anunnaki. Let me see here. How many ETs can be in one ship? Thousands, Ryan. So when you see if you ever, hey man, good to see you. If you see a ship, yeah, the beings are interdimensional, multidimensional. They can come in and out of different things, wormholes. There's no limitations from our star people. There's no limits. The Anunnaki, the person asked me about the Anunnaki, they're part of the Ashtar Galactic Command. So the Anunnaki are really tall people. They're probably 9, 10, 12 feet tall, men and women. And they are human, but they're very spiritual beings of light, the Anunnaki. Contrary to all the garbage on the internet, the Anunnaki are way, way more like us than what people have perceived them to be. And Orion, you can have thousands of people on a mothership, way different than Earth-based technology. No, they're not fallen angels. There's no fallen angels here. The Anunnaki are spiritual beings of light. There's no fallen angels. The Anunnaki are very beautiful people. Yes, yeah, thousands. Hey, Carrie, I'm not sure if my questions are going through. Hey, Carrie, let's see if we can bring you up and you can ask your question. I think we ought to do that. That happens once in a while. And we are going to answer tonight. I seem to be answering questions, which I'm really good at. So, I interview a lot of people, but definitely try to bring your question back to me and I'll try to do it. No problem, King. Commander, hey, Tommy, which entities were portrayed in Avatar? That's a good question. I never thought about it. I've watched all the Avatar movies. I'm not sure which ones, but I can tell you that they obviously were, defending the light, and it was beautiful. New Jersey. Good to have you with us, King. New Jersey supports us. Great. We're glad to have New Jersey in the Cosmic House here on Encounters. Yeah, the series was great. Absolutely. And people need to, one of the things that's really important to understand here is how much garbage is out there on cable, on the subject, on YouTube, on the subject, how much CGI is out there on things that are being posted. People post things that look like real spaceships on TikTok, and I know that it's CGI. I mean, it's like, why would you post it? And that doesn't help people understand the truth. So whenever I see CGI, whether it be on TikTok, especially if it's a posted UFO video, I'll tell the people, that the person who created it, why are you posting something that is not real? That's CGI. It looks real. I mean, it looks like a real sky and a bunch of flying saucers and Air Force jets, but it is not real. Have you had encounters? Yes. Hey, Lanesha. Mine was when I was a kid in the 1960s, and I saw space people in light blue uniforms that were men and women and children on a flying saucer hovering above my house, like hovering in my court in a cul-de-sac when I was a kid. Yes. So I'm a contactee. My grandma had an encounter back then also. So Nesha, would you like to talk about your grandma's encounter? We'd love to hear about it. And I'll put you on here live if you want to share that story. Do I think we went to the moon? So let me explain something about the moon for people that have asked me, and I'm really good at this. Again, understand, I don't look at any websites about the moon or information about other people's conspiracies about the moon. The moon is not real. What is he saying? The moon's not real. Yes, indeed. The moon is not real as you think it is. The moon is an intergalactic space station that was put there millions of years ago. By who? By advanced space civilizations that put it there. It's an intergalactic space station. If you watch some of the videos of the moon that people, amateur photographers or video photographers take of the moon, there's been documented videos of spaceships coming from the moon, leaving the moon. Why is that? And then there's other documented things from outer space coming to the moon. Why is that? It's an intergalactic space station. It's an artificial structure to make it look real, but it's not real. It's real as a intergalactic space station. So this is going to blow the minds of all the people that think we have a real moon that we're looking at every night. It's not real. The moon is not real. You know, if you believe it's real and you're listening to me, and then you're like saying, but I always thought it was real. I mean, you know, I grew up, you know, they talk about the planets and the moon. The moon is not real, folks. I hate to burst some bubbles out there in the 3D mindset. The moon is not real. You heard it right here on my show. But it's a good thing, because the moon is not really a moon. It's an intergalactic space station. All kinds of space people come to the moon. They go inside the moon. They go outside the moon. Did we ever land on the moon? I'm still up in the air about that. I think that we know it's on the moon. NASA knows it's on the moon. The European Space Agency knows it's on the moon. Russia knows it's on the moon. China knows it's on the moon. There is an intergalactic station on the moon, and there are civilizations that are using it to come and go as they please. And that is what's going on the moon. The moon is not what people think it is. Okay? I don't even have to think about this information. And then people say, Commander, where are you getting that information from? Upstairs. I've been downloaded the information a long time ago. You know? And if I tell you something about the moon, you're never going to find, well, you might find other sites that talk about what I'm talking about. I don't know if they do or not. I really am unaware of the websites. I don't go to them. But maybe someone does agree with what I'm saying out there on a website. Maybe. Possibly. So it's a good thing. It's a good thing to know the reality. And to know the reality is the most important thing you can know, right? I'm just changing my goals here to something that is more easier for people. So I'm doing the hat. We're going to create the hat with 9 hats. And I'm doing the hat with the mustache, just to let you know. I'm changing it so people can actually, who have that many TikTok coins, can actually have fun helping support what we do here. What happened here? I think I just knocked myself out a little bit. Did I? Okay, I'm good. Thank you. Did I just knock the lighting out here? We're going to bring it up again. Okay, there we go. So how old is the moon? The moon is millions upon millions upon millions of years old. I can't give you the exact dates, the exact numbers, but it was put here by star people. It was actually brought here by advanced spaceships, way before your time, way before my time. Thank you, USA Midnight. I'm just reading people's comments. Hey, Dakota, welcome to the show. You see, this is the difference between me and all these traditional UFO shows. They're not going to tell you that stuff. They're not going to come out and say it. But I will. Well, interesting. My lighting is... Let's see here. The lighting is all different depending where I put this thing here. Yes, Bernie, about the angels, go ahead. Oh, thank you, Johnny. Hey, Misty, be safe as well. Have a good weekend, Misty. Thanks for dropping in here. We appreciate it. Yes, the moon, I think it's Taka, Marie Taka. Yeah, the moon is hollow. The moon is not a solid core object of rock. The moon is hollow because it has a space base inside the moon, what looks like a moon. Thank you, Jessica. I appreciate that. Brittany Ray, plasma. You're talking about the moon? No plasma. It's a solid spaceship. It's an intergalactic transportation way station that was put there. I'm just looking at comments, and also I appreciate all my moderators. No, last night I took a break. Once in a while, especially on July 4th, went to the beach. Went to the beach and looked out at the water and just enjoyed not being on technical media or anything. You have to sometimes take a break from this stuff and just take a deep breath and get some fresh air. Hey, my cup of tea, good to see you. Welcome. Welcome, Timothy and everybody. Yeah, we had fun, definitely. Once in a while I'll take a break from doing my lives. And if you don't see me on here, it just means that I need to take a break with all the work I'm doing. I always thought it was an artificial, but how does it manipulate the oceans and animals? The technology that the space people have has it simulate that of a real moon. So it can make the simulation so people think it's a moon with the waves and the tides and everything. They have very advanced simulation technology on the inside that intergalactic station that constantly knows how to affect our waves and gravity and everything. So it's all part of the technology of the spaceship or the space station. So we have the hat pinned with the mustache. So if you're enjoying the program, show your support by showing some TikTok gifts during the show. I don't mention it enough, but if you like what I've been doing for the past year into this year already, I can't believe it's been on 2023 and 2024. It's almost getting into the middle part of July already for this show. So yeah, we appreciate everybody. You're welcome, Maria. Would you consider the moon a living spaceship? No, it's not a living spaceship, but there are people living in the spaceship of this particular intergalactic ship. You would consider it sort of like if you watch any space movies or sci-fi movies where there's like intergalactic planetary ships, and all the other ships, the smaller ships, come and dock on it, and it's an interplanetary way station. So look at it that way, Lavola. Now, if anybody has any stories, there's 234 people all around the world watching Encounters. We are appreciative of the fact that you're here. You could have been anywhere, but you came here on this show, which is a real talk show. We don't argue with people. We don't have people hitting themselves over the heads of whether this is that and that's it. So we try to bring people in here to share their stories. If you've never shared a story, if you have had positive contact with space people, I want to hear your story. If you've had any abductions that have been going on, I want to hear about it. We'll help you. If you have seen mer people, if you've had contact with the Bigfoot or Sasquatch, as they say it is, or the fairies, we want to hear your story. Golden Bear, thank you. Tahar. We want to hear your story, and we'd love to put you on here live. If you are able to go live, you have to have 50 plus followers to go live on audio. Over 800 TARs. See what happens. You have to have over 800 followers to get on video. Pete Star TV, welcome to the show. Good to have you with us. John Monroe, I think Monroe. I had a man who's house as my guardian angel. Interesting, Bernie. Interesting. Very interesting. And like I said, if anyone wishes to share a story with us on the galactic front, no paranormal discussion. To go on, you have to be over 18. No kids on the show. No smoking, no vaping, no drugs, no drinking, no drunks. No paranormal discussion. Everything we do here is of the cosmic, galactic level. Always. There's tons of other places for the other stuff. We don't do it here. We're very disciplined as a talk show host. I saw him next second. He was gone. Interesting, Bernie. Tahar scrubs. I live right by Skinwalker Ranch, and I've seen all sorts of stuff. Chadwick, would you like to come on? If you would like to join us, Chadwick, the multi-guest button. Press that. I'd like to hear your story. I live right near Skinwalker Ranch, and I've seen all sorts of stuff. And again, whatever you're seeing, we want to keep it not paranormal. It has to be on the galactic ET level only. If it's ET related, you're welcome to join us. UFO type stuff, that kind of thing. Okay, Marie says, we're going backwards. Oh, you do have a story, but you got kids in the car. Okay. We'd love to hear your story. I know you're driving, so it's probably difficult. My cup of tea. Let's see where you are. My cup of tea. I'm going to try to bring you on. I just pressed the guest button, and it looks like, for some reason, I might be able to bring you on. If you see the guest thing, go on the multi-guest option and press the multi-guest option, my cup of tea, and we'll see if we can bring you on. Hey, Jersey, thank you for the heart me. We appreciate it. Matter of fact, that's probably why. This is really weird. I'm not even going to try to figure out TikTok anymore. Hey, my cup of tea, welcome to the show. You hear
Hello?
me? Yeah, hi,
Yeah,
my
I
cup
can hear
of tea.
you.
And what's your first name?
Yeah. Sherry.
Hey, Sherry, and whereabouts are you in the world?
I am in Ohio.
Wow, what's that noisy machine behind you?
Oh, I just opened up my garage.
Okay, good. So you're in Ohio. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what your story's about regarding the ET
Got enough
related
followers, but evidently I do, huh?
You're close to 50, so you're doing good. So tell us about yourself.
Yes,
Tell us about your story.
Back in the 70s, I was going with a friend. We were just going out, and it wasn't quite dark yet.
Yeah.
And we were traveling on the state highway, and we came around this turn, and we looked into the field, and it looked like there was like lights over the field, like pole lights, So as we got closer, we seen that there wasn't any poles attached to them. So we were like, well, what in the world is that? Anyhow, as we got closer, we seen that they were actually craft that were in the air. They were all level or even.
Can you talk more into the phone? You sound like you're far away. Can you talk more into the... I don't think she hears me.
They started rotating, and there was somebody behind us as well. In a vehicle behind us. It wasn't quite dark yet. It was like August, probably 7:15, 7:30, something like that.
Can you talk a little bit closer into your... Anyhow, can you talk a little bit closer? I don't think she hears me.
So we just sat there looking. Can you hear me?
No, you got to talk into your phone. You got to talk into your phone. You have to talk into your phone.
Okay.
You're talking too far away. There, you got to talk right in the phone. There you go.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Now you're much better. Now everybody can hear you. Go ahead.
Can you hear me okay?
Now we can.
Okay.
You're good right now.
Okay, let me...
Alrighty.
Wait, let me...
We'll get this done. I think she's playing around with her audio. We can hear you. And you're watching Encounters, the late night spiritual UFO show.
Did you say you can hear me?
I can hear you now. As long as you talk into your phone, you're fine.
Okay. Okay,
You're
so
good.
We were sitting there looking at these craft, and they started turning, like spinning real slow. And they had different colored lights on them. There was like a white light, white and red, I think green. Or I'm not real positive because I'd almost have to go back and because it was back in 1977, 76.
Yeah, 76,
In
okay.
that time period. I think it was 76. But anyhow, they started moving, and as they moved, they started multiplying, and we were like kind of flipping out because we were like, how is this happening? Because we weren't even expecting anything. We were just going to go have some fun somewhere, and then we ran into this. So anyhow,
the UFOs multiplied from like a singular one to more than one.
they multiplied from like 6 to like 8, and then we counted 12, and then there was like 16 altogether. And then as they started to move in sequence over top of the road, and then they started going faster, slow, they were slow, and then they started gaining speed. And then they just took off just lightning fast, and they were gone.
Right. Wow.
And then
how long did that last for at that moment?
Oh, at least probably 5-6 minutes or so.
Wow, that's pretty crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. And then after that, and here's the weird part, after that happened, well, first of all, I went home and told my parents, and she's like, oh, that's a bunch of baloney, and they didn't believe me. But the newspaper came out, and there's a real small article of a police officer that had cited the same thing, and he put a little article in there. Yeah. It was in the Barnesville paper.
And was the police officer from the same town?
He was from Barnesville, which is where we were going, which is, it's probably about an hour from me here now where I live.
From you. Okay, interesting. Huh.
But
did you? Yeah, go ahead.
After that, I had these really strange dreams, and I call them like not really gremlins. What do you?
Did your dreams feel like you were having like contact?
Little.
Did you like?
I don't know, but in the dreams, I was scared. I was like, no, don't come here. And they were little, it was a little being, and he made these gibberish sounds. And I would be like stuck in my bed, and I couldn't move.
You couldn't move.
So I want to wake up. No, I was like paralyzed or whatever.
You were paralyzed. Okay. So
but these went on for, that's what it felt like. Yeah. I was trying to wake up, and I couldn't wake up, and I wasn't able to wake up. So I don't know what that was about. I have no idea.
I can tell you.
And that's what I wanted to ask you, because I never, I've been thinking about this for years and years, and I've never, had anybody to share it with.
Well, I'm glad you came here, because I can tell you. When you said you were paralyzed in your bed, it could have been sleep paralysis. That is true. I think.
Well, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
It could have been.
It could have been.
But it happened so many different times, and it was the same thing that I would see.
So
in your sleep, or whatever I had.
So in this particular situation that you were in, this is where I'm like looking at it. So it could be sleep paralysis. That's real possible. But then you said there were these beings that were like little gremlins you were talking about, correct?
Yeah.
What did they look like?
I'm trying to think of it. They look like the leprechaun. That's what I was thinking of.
It looked like a
leprechaun thing.
Huh.
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
And how tall would you say they were in your dream?
Maybe 3-4 feet, something like that. They weren't
3 or 4 feet. Okay.
Wasn't very tall.
Now, did this happen after you had the sightings?
Yes, after.
It happened after you had the sightings of the UFOs, correct?
Yep.
Folks, listen, you people watching this, listen, when you hear what I'm asking, I'm coming to find an answer that I'm going to help her with. And it could be sleep paralysis, but it is kind of interesting that after you had the sighting that night, back at that time period, that after that happened, all of a sudden you had these dreams where you actually were feeling paralyzed, you couldn't move. I find that in correlation with this, I don't know if the sightings had anything to do with it, whether it's a different scenario.
I don't know either. That's what I'm trying. That's what I was trying to find out. You know why was I having these weird dreams afterwards?
Well, I would say
now
this.
My mother. Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead. I want to hear. What about your mother?
Well, my mother claimed to have seen a gray in her house when she lived in Columbus.
Really?
She was very intuitive, I guess, and very in tune with. She was sort of like psychic or whatever. I don't know.
Psychic. So in her house, she saw a gray. Well, they're actually called Zeta.
That's what she said.
Grays don't exist, but it's actually called a Zeta.
Okay. Well, that's what she said she's seen in her house. And it was like standing behind a chair or something.
Behind a chair. Okay. Then you have encounters with these spaceships or UFOs where you are. Then you go into a situation where you're like paralyzed on your bed. You can't move, correct?
Yes.
You're not, and this happened for a few days, correct?
Well, it didn't happen. It happened like not every day. It happened like every once in a while.
Every once in a while, okay. But when it happened,
a period of a couple of 2-3 years or something.
2 or 3 years. So in the 2 or 3 years, when it happened, you were not able to get out of your bed, and you were just totally paralyzed.
Yeah, and I was like trying to wake up, and then finally I was able to wake up. You know. So.
When you had those experiences for those 3 years, and everyone you're watching Encounters, the #1 spiritual UFO talk show, I'm your host, CmdrAleon, with WESUFM.org, NPR Radio, a contactee from the 60s, and also the host of the show here. So with that said, the more I hear about this, it sounds like in the 3 years, and then when you mentioned your mother had an encounter with a Zeta, that you just mentioned her story, I have a feeling that you weren't having sleep paralysis. I think you were being abducted for 3 years on and off by these Zeta that made themselves look like these little gremlins when in fact they were Zeta. You see what I mean?
Okay.
All right. So here's what I want to do. I have a feeling I'd like to help you out here. Now, I don't know how much you've watched my show or seen what I do here, but I'm going to go
I watch it quite a bit, yeah.
You do. So you see me go into my Ashtar Command mode. I'm going to do that for you tonight. Now that I know more about your story, I don't think it's sleep paralysis. If it was, I'd tell you that, but I think it's something else. Now, understand, people, that the Zeta and these other beings can do all kinds of weird stuff to make you think that there's something else going on, that they look different, that they're just these little whatever, when in fact that's what they are actually Zeta. Okay? So here's what we're going to do. I want you to close your eyes.
Okay.
All right? And I want you to breathe in and breathe out of your nostrils about 4 or 5 times. And just relax. We're going to do something for you here.
Okay.
You tell me when you're ready. Breathe in, and then breathe out of your nostril about 3 or 4 times or 5 times, whatever.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Susan. So right now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to send a Ashtar Command spaceship over your location.
Okay.
So even though this happened many years ago, the fact that you actually remember all those things is a good thing for one purpose, so I can help you. So folks, she had what were called Zeta. Her mother had Zeta, who was a psychic, and her daughter, had these gremlins that were, for 3 years on and off, in her what we consider a dream state, which wasn't really a dream state, made it look like a dream when in fact they were abducting her. Okay? So what we're going to do is help you.
Okay.
We're going to send 7 Ashtar Command people on the ground level. Where you live now, is it a small town?
Yeah, I'm out in the country.
I kind of figured that. Okay. Mm-hmm. So what we're going to do now is send 7 of our space people on the ground level. Even though this happened years ago, the fact that it happened means they're able to communicate with you and come back when they want to or think they can come back. All right? So we're going to make sure they never come back. Okay?
Okay.
And here's how we're going to do it. I want 3 of the space people. There's 2 women and one man. They're about 7.5, 8 feet tall. These are Ashtar Command people from the ship. The ship is hovering about 20,000 feet above your location right now. It's cloaked, so the military can't even detect our spaceships. Okay, I want you to be still. Keep your eyes closed. I'm going to have one of the women please come up to her and touch her neck area. When she comes close, you'll at some point feel the energy. Please let her know you're there. These are very beautiful people of light. You're going to feel an energy shift in your room in a moment. When you feel something, let me know. I asked one of the women, please let her know you're there. The other woman is going to touch your forehead. Again, these are highly, what we call medical people. They're not earth-based like our medical people. They're very advanced. So they don't do things the same way we do here. Please touch your forehead, which they're going to work on your consciousness. And they're going to work on the etheric body and the physical body as well. Keep your eyes closed, please. And please let me know when you feel some energy in the room. I asked the space people, the command, to amp up the energy in the room so she can actually feel the vibrational levels. Wait a minute. What happened? She's disappeared. What the heck happened? I closed my eyes, opened it up. She's gone. Well, that's a different experience. That was weird. Now, I've done this show since last year, and I've never seen this happen before. She's totally gone. Oh, my cup of tea. Hold on a second. You lost me. She's not gone. She's going to be back. Come back on. She's here. I thought we lost you there for a minute.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not sure what happened.
I don't know what happened.
Did your phone go off by itself?
Evidently. I mean,
I've
got plenty of battery, but I've been having trouble with my phone doing that lately.
Oh, okay. Your phone's having some trouble. So that's normal. She's just having normal troubles with her phone. Let's not take it anywhere. So I want you to keep your eyes closed, and I want you to just relax. And you should be feeling some energy around your room right now. Sometimes it takes time for this. Every person I have on here is different, so they might not feel it right away, but they are with you. So I want the space woman to touch your forehead. Please let her know you're present. These are Christed beings of light, men and women from the command. Please let her know you're present. Clear everything out of your mind. Don't think about anything. That's really important.
Okay.
The other space person, please touch her neck, and the other one, please work on the center around her head. Touch her head to let her know you're there. So they're going to be working on the etheric, the physical, and the consciousness.
Okay. I feel like a little pressure on my forehead.
Yes, that's the space woman. That's one of the space women of the three.
Okay.
She wants you to know she's here, and she's going to work on your consciousness. So she's got her hand touching down on the top of your head right now.
Yeah, I feel like my head's being pushed.
Yeah, she's pushing. She's not going to hurt you. She's just going to work on you. She wants, now that you know she's there, like I said, there's 3 of them in the room with you from the Ashtar Command, and she's going to work straight through your consciousness of your brain, and she's going to clear and readjust alignment of the frequencies in your physical brain so that you operate at a higher frequency. You'll never be abducted again or have those kinds of dreams. That was an actual abduction that happened for those 3 years. Okay. It's going to be after they get done working with you. No lower vibrational ETs will be able to contact you or show their ships to you anymore. In the future, what you're going to have happen to you is you'll have more positive visualization of spaceships of light, because where you are in the country, you'll be having beautiful, beautiful experiences. And again, in the next few years, you will see these things.
Okay, because I've been looking up all the time, and it seems like I never see anything, and I'm kind of disappointed. I guess.
Don't be disappointed. Everything is not a rush. There's no rush. You know, there are people out there who want to rush to see things. Everything is about consciousness. Consciousness is first spiritual, cosmic, vibrational frequency of the body, and the mind is very important first. When the mind operates in a very, very high frequency, then you will actually see those things of the light that are actually there anyway. They already exist.
That'd be great. Yeah, now, so I did want to tell you, last Friday, I have a horse farm, and I was taking out our shavings to another field, and I was going to dump it, and I looked up in the sky, and there was these strange-looking clouds that, to me, looked like spacecraft. There was like 3 of them. I took photos of them.
Oh, good.
And so I don't know if I could send them to your thing here on TikTok.
Yes, you can. Yes, just message me on TikTok, and I'll.
To me, they look like cloaked craft.
Spaceships. Yes. Oh yes, they probably were cloaked spaceships. I'll take a look at the photos. When you message me, I'll get your email and just send me the pictures, and I'll take a look at them for my main page.
Okay.
I'd be happy to.
Okay.
So the other thing is, these 5 people, the other space ones on the outside, the other Ashtar people, they're covering, they're reaching. Hey, thank you, Yaya Spirit. They're going in the woods around your property. They're scanning the area to make sure there's nothing out there that shouldn't be there in terms of lower vibrational ETs or any devices they might have left behind since they had been in touch with you for 3 years. Also, they're doing a clearing in all your, they're checking everything on your farm, checking all the buildings, everything. They're doing a clean sweep to make sure there's nothing but clarity. And you're going to be gifted with a invisible structure. I call it an invisible structure. It won't be detected by any radar or anything. It's just to elevate the frequencies on the farm, and it will keep the elevation high enough that you'll be well protected. For your physical body, there'll be an invisible shield around your physical body that will be permanent, meaning that the only interactions that you'll eventually have with any off-planet beings will be the beings of light. And so you're being gifted with that ability that will be, and it'll be like a cloaked shield around you that no one can see, but it will only track the light. There'll be no anybody else coming through, so to speak. Do you understand? So it's going to be a beautiful thing.
Great.
How do you feel right now? How do you feel? I think she's not hearing me. How do you feel right now? How do you feel right now?
I feel like lighter. I don't know. I don't know how to explain.
Well, that word's good. Lighter's good. That explains everything. The word lighter's perfect. So here's what I want to do. They're going to stay with you through the weekend. They're going to also check the property. They're going to check and make sure the whole radius of the area there is clear of any lower vibrational ET activity. And you'll never be having any, they won't be able to monitor you. The negative ETs won't be able to even come close near you or anything anymore. So you're in a good space. I want you to say this, which I do with everybody that I've helped here. I want you to say this loud and proud. I am a Christed being of light.
I am a Christed being of light.
I will not be interfered with by negative ETs any longer.
I will not be interfered with negative
ETs any longer.
ETs any longer.
Right. I am a cosmic being of light.
I am a cosmic being of light.
And I am free of any lower vibrational ETs.
And I am free of any lower vibrational ETs.
There you go. Sounds like a bird. Is there a bird there? You're welcome.
Yeah, there's a bird out here. I'm actually sitting in my arena right now, in my barn.
Okay. So well, the bird is a good thing.
And there's yeah, I usually don't hear them this late.
Well, that bird is a confirmation of what we're doing here tonight. So that bird is a beautiful thing.
Okay, good. Good.
All right. Well, I want to thank you for coming on here.
Yes.
And they will be with you, and we bless you with all the light, and we thank you for being on the show.
Well, thank you so much for helping me out. That was wonderful.
That's part of what I do here, That's just part of my show here. When I hear stories like this, I've got to help people out, so I do it unconditionally. So yeah.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you for being here, my cup of tea, and we'll let you down gently off the ship. And she's going to be blessed for a couple of days. I want to thank her for being here. This is CmdrAleon, the host of the show Encounters. If you're new to the show, welcome. This is a show that's out of this world, and it truly is, of course. Hosted WESU-FM's Cosmic Eye Radio every Sunday morning. And also Saturday nights, we have the Ashtar Command Q&A. That'll be tomorrow evening here on Encounters, a night dedicated to the Ashtar Command. So please join us then. And if you'd like to be interviewed on the program, if you've been visited by positive space beings, if you've had encounters with Sasquatch or Bigfoot, mer people, the fairies, any of those things, we'd love to hear your story. You're welcome, my cup of tea. You're welcome, very much so. So glad to have everybody here. It's about 12:02 a.m. in the morning on the East Coast. You're watching. Yeah, I haven't, Tommy, I haven't seen April on live. I'm hoping, I have a feeling she's been going off planet a lot in the oceans to help the command with what's going on in the oceans right now. I think they have her helping them on the ship. When she is live, I'll ask her, but I have a feeling she's been taken on the ship a lot lately. And they're doing really serious work in our oceans of what's been going on that you talked about. I've got that feeling all day today. I think beyond being Earth-based and working on Earth in her job, I think she's been taken on the ship. So, yeah, I can tune into the energies, and I'm pretty sure they're working. The command watches our show here on their ship. They have monitoring screens, and they do watch the program. So I'm pretty sure that's what's going on. Oh, thank you, Tara. We appreciate it. I know my sister is doing good. She's probably going off planet a lot, and that's why she hasn't been on live. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on in our oceans that our governments, these secret governments, have been doing to the life forms in the oceans, including the space cities in the oceans. And I'm pretty sure she's working and helping out in every way she can to assist. Hey, welcome back, Papa Smurf. Good to see you. All the people coming in here. And yeah. So we're about 12:04 in the morning. Again, if you have a story to tell, we'd love to hear it. I will tell you, though, that we're in the stages now of things progressing as we get into the middle of the summer. And I do believe as we get into 2025, we're going to see increased personal encounters with our space family that people are going to have. I think it's going to be on an individual level and a basis for people to be prepared for upcoming contact. And I think out of 214 people here, some of you are probably, yeah, Spirit, thank you for the dar. Some of you have actually had visitations already. You are having visitations. I know it. I don't know who you are, but I'm pretty certain that there are people on here that are being visited by space people. And I'd love to interview you. I want to hear what's happening in your life. What space people are visiting you? What planetary systems are they from? You know, part of what we do on this show is we try to draw people out, not to be shy about it. We want to draw you out of your cocoon, so to speak. Yeah, she's not on. I'm pretty sure, Cliff, she's off planet. I'm not sure when they're taking her off planet, but I know that she has been, I think, going off planet a lot, and she's helping her family and everybody else with what's going on in the oceans. So that's really important. But it's got to be here, Cliff, because things are happening. The command right now is working in the oceans to clean up the mess that our secret government has been doing, the testing of nuclear bombs, nuclear radiation in our deep oceans that the public doesn't know about, and other negative things they tried to do. It's being countered by the command, and they are involved in repairing and stopping it. Sue, that's a good thing. As the old saying goes, Sue, patience is a virtue, right? Patience is a virtue. And the commander is patient. I know Johnny is. Actually, we're going to bring Johnny up here because Johnny's had some stuff happening on a beautiful level. Johnny, you still with us? Yeah, Spirit. I see those huge 5 orbs last October and do see them in the sky at night, nothing face to face, but you will. And we'll be on here till 1 a.m. this morning, so we have plenty of time in the next hour to interview people. So we hope you'll join us. If you have a story on an ET level, Friends with Fairies has her green light on, so I think she might be on. I think she's on. She must be home already. But I'm pretty sure she's been taken off planet. She's definitely on right now, I think. So welcome to the show here. Looking forward to them showing up on the farm, faith holding strong. Beautiful. That's the way it should be. Well, Jason Pierce, thanks for the question. So they are doing it individually. People having on my show, I can tell you, many of my people here watching the show around the world, Yaya Spirit Tahar, they've actually had visitations by the star people. So it is happening on an individual basis. Now, down the road between 2025 and 2026 is when more of what we call mass contact will occur. So more people will actually have interactions. The main thing I think people need to do here who want to see and have contact, you need to work on meditation. You should also use the C5 app from Dr. Greer, download it for $9.99. It's a one-time fee. Learn the protocol of contact. And if you do that, plus you do the meditation and learn how to be centered, you will eventually have positive contact with the star people from other planetary worlds, and potentially you will connect with your star family that is actually out there. Everybody has a star family, believe it or not. You say, what's a star family? Well, you have a star family, like your mom, dad, your grandmother, your grandfather on Earth. Well, just think, if that's all you think you had was a brother and a sister on Earth, just think of the brother and sister you have in space, or the mother and father you have from off planet, from whatever planet you came from before coming to Earth. Everybody has a star family. Everybody. You don't know who it is yet. You will eventually have that experience of interacting that way, right? You have to be patient. Learn how to meditate and center. I can't stress enough as we get into 2025, 2026, when contact starts to increase, you're going to need to be prepared for contact. So you're going to have to really do those meditations. Glenn Murphy says, is our staff family the same as our soul family? If you mean soul family, meaning your family on Earth, can you explain? Angel Donna says, I can't wait to meet our star families. I don't blame you there, Angel. And welcome to the show, Angel. Kabushi says, I do you have a video of a spaceship? I don't have a video. Well, I have videos on my main page I do have a video of a cloak spaceship that I took a picture of. Yeah, I do. And we'll be hanging out with April later. We're going to, like I said, we're going to stay on here for a little bit more. Jason says, I can't wait. A few family members have had contact, but I am skeptical, but waiting my turn. So Jason, you've had a few family members have contact. Interesting. You'll have it. It's the domino effect, Jason. It hit them first. Don't worry about it. You're going to definitely get there without a question. Arms, that's my sister. She's in Vermont. She has been taken off planet by the Ashtar Command, which is our positive space family, over 30 plus times, probably 32, 33, 34. I can't keep track. So she and I work together, and we are part of a group of people that will be taken off planet probably she's been going off specifically for a while, but there's 4 others of us that will be going physically off planet probably within the next year. Oh, I'm saying I have a video, not you. Okay, interesting. So let me, I'd love to see the video. If you can email it to me. If you can email the video to me, it's just email me or message me here on TikTok, and I will give you my email to send the video so I can take a look at it. And let's see. Sharon says, my family members have had contact too. I've had my own confirmations. Let's see here. Sharon, interesting. Sharon, I am you, you are me. As I heal, you heal. Together we raise the collective. I like that. If Sharon decides to share her story, we'd like to hear it. I know many of you out there have stories to tell, I'm perceptive that way. That's why I've been on radio and TV for so many years. It's that perception of reality. Hey, Sharon, welcome to the show.
Hello, Commander.
Good to have you with us.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
So tell us a little about your story. I'm very interested to hear what you have to say.
I'm very interested to hear what you have to say. Can we go with that?
How about if equally we share some stuff with each other?
Yes.
Everybody
As
else?
I reflect, you reflect. We ascend together. Absolutely.
That's right.
Hey, let me show my face if you don't mind.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah, it's just helpful to have. Hold on, let me get to a place here. Am I presentable? Good enough, right?
Yeah, you're actually fine. There you go. You're good. There you go.
Question for you. I've been asking everybody I know. There it goes. So a week ago, maybe a week, not even a week, my husband calls me and he said that he was out at a friend's house. They had dinner. It's like 10 or 11 o'clock at night. We're in Portland, Oregon area, but they're out in the country.
Oh, okay.
And he's sitting just on the patio looking up at the night sky. It's a huge kind of farmland that they're out at. And he saw a projection onto the sky, like if he was looking at a theater, like, you know, the Omnimax, the big dome theater.
Yeah.
So on the night sky, he saw like a projection of light codes, star charts. There were lines, hieroglyphs, completely spread out on the entire sky. And he can look at it, right? It wasn't just his eyes. It wasn't moving with his eyes. He could look at this whole thing. He had no idea what it was. It lasted maybe 20 or 30 seconds. He was like, that was weird, you know, rubbing his eyes. I don't know
what's going on here, he's saying, right?
Yeah, he goes in the house, lays down, exchanges a few words with his company, and crashes out. He falls asleep. He said he just closed his eyes, woke up. It's 4 hours later. The room is dark. He thought he had unalived. He's like, I guess I'm still, you know, but just completely, you know, time loss. And then he went to bed and slept really well. The next day, he's doing all this research and he drew some pictures and he's trying to figure out what this is that he just experienced. Well, he goes outside at nighttime again and he's like, okay, if I saw it once, let's do this again. Let's figure this out, right? Let me have some conscious awareness of what this is. And he's looking again in the sky. This is a different location, about 20 miles separate over our town. And now he's had contact at least twice in his past. Once when he was a teenager, he saw a light they were on a ridge, a light kind of comes over. It was obviously a spacecraft. It comes above them, beams the light down, and then shoots back up into the sky. And this happened however long this was. But it was frightening enough to him that I think they were with 2 or 3 friends. They didn't talk about it. They went straight home, never spoke of this experience again. So now going back to this week, you know, the next day he's looking out at the sky, trying to get some answers. He's out there 20 or 30 minutes and he sees another orb, a red orb. And he says it's moving differently than an aircraft, and it goes behind a cloud, and it goes behind the cloud. And as soon as it goes behind the cloud, another different colored orb drops down and hovers above the town. And Bo was like, this feels very similar to when I was a kid and I had this. This isn't a positive experience. He said he turned around, went in the house, closed the door, locked it, said, not today. I got shit to do tomorrow.
Yeah.
But he feel positive about that experience.
Yes. So that experience for him, he felt positive about that, correct?
Not that one, but the light code one. Yes.
The light code one. Yeah. So the light code one, I've never heard a story, folks, listening to the story that Sharon's telling about her husband, being outside in the woods somewhere with the sky and light codes in space showing up in our atmosphere. I think that was probably, what I'm getting is, the only thing I can think of, it was meant for him to see it. And whoever was with him that saw it, he was really meant to see it. Yeah, nobody was with him at that moment. Yeah. At that moment. He was the only one that saw that. So they chose to take space in the atmosphere and project a image in space like a screen, and he was able to see this. Interesting. Yes. Yeah. I'm trying to find a picture of what he drew. I'm not very inept with let me see if I can pop it up. Enhance effects. It's not letting me find my photos. I wonder if there's a problem. You know what? I think I'm just getting the answer not to share that at this time, and that's fine. Yeah, that's okay. It was for his eyes. I just wanted to share that experience because it was real. It was something. I don't know if it's activating something latent in him. He doesn't have any conscious different feeling about anything. I said, if a spacecraft like landed in the cul-de-sac, he goes, yeah, I'd absolutely be able to run that thing. I think they just downloaded the manual into my brain. And then the door in the spaceship opens up, and it's the people that created the image in space of all those things. Say, did you get it? Did you understand? Well, I'm confused about a few things. Well, come on the ship here. We have some people that we want you to meet from different star systems. We're all beautiful people here, so come in. We'll give you some vegetarian food. You can sit down and eat with us, We'll take you
All
to
he
our
would
planet and
say
take
is just heal me, heal my back. I've had so much pain for so many years. Just make this better. That's what he would say. Where's the med bed?
Where's the med bed? That's right.
So
And
now
those will be coming soon.
oh, yeah, that's what we're all looking for, right? Just to heal
Right.
anything, psychological, heart,
That's
physical.
right.
Yeah. But he's the one I told you probably 6 months ago. I came up on your
Yeah.
live and told you about
Yeah.
him and his experience with the Zeta. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's
and
obviously got some kind of, something connection.
yeah, there's definitely connection. We've been going after the Zeta, the Ashtar Command. We've been going after them, the reptilians, when I've had people on that have been abducted, and we've helped. I can't
Yeah.
even count how many people. Now, when I first did my show here, I never did any of that. I was just doing the show, interviewing people, and then as time went on, they activated me in a way that I'm able to do and send ships to
It's
locations.
beautiful. Yeah, I've
It's-
witnessed
it's-
it. I've witnessed the transformation for your guests that you are sending help to. It's been beautiful. Very
It's been
beautiful.
amazing.
Yeah.
And I actually have to, for me, when it first happened, I had to sit back and say to myself, am I really doing this? I always question myself to keep myself in check. I think it's healthy to do that. I have no ego, so I have to keep myself in check. And I think that's a good thing for everybody to do when
Absolutely.
you're getting into situations. So I've helped numerous people because that's part of my mission work now, is to not just interview them, but if I see they're being attacked by negative ETs, I now know that we can send spaceships over, round up those ETs and quarantine them and send them off planet.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I can't wait. I think this is very, very exciting. Thanks for letting me up and share my
Oh
story.
yeah, it's good to hear you again. I'll be back up here after many months.
Yeah.
Good to hear the story. That's interesting. What you guys went through.
Yeah. And I told you my Sasquatch story, and I've been meeting a
Yes.
few other people through TikTok who have had similar experiences, which is good because not that I doubt anything that I've experienced, but to have somebody else who resonates with my experience is refreshing.
And just by the way, since we talked about the Sasquatches many months ago with you, what's happened since then? Anything updated on that?
You know what? So where I originally first saw that family, we'll just kind of recap. I saw a family, a female matriarchal mother with holding an infant, and then I saw a male with a small male child near him. And I didn't have any personal interaction with them, but I definitely felt things. So I wanted to go back. I want to go back. I want to learn. There's a reason that they're appearing to me and making their presence known. So I went back and I left a note for the homeowner whose residence that I was clearly trespassing on. And I said,
I remember that.
Yeah, I was like, I left a note with my phone number. I have not heard from them, which is totally fine.
It's cool. I mean, look, you reached out to them, and if they reach back, they do. If they don't, hey, it's all good. It's all good.
And then other than that, I've been spending a lot of time in the woods, like on the weekends, just driving around, finding little camping spots, and just being in the woods. I have felt like that's what the comment that popped me up. Is that I'm feeling like because my human fear factor is huge. I get scared by somebody knocking on the door. I mean, I just freak out about everything. And I know that's a visceral reaction. I know that's not like my conscious.
Right.
Right. And so my star people and the star family, they know if they are to approach me, it needs to be very soft,
Right. It has to be very subtle.
Like little insects or bugs, bees, honeybees have been talking to me like crazy. Not talking to me, but being in my presence, being aware of me, and just different insects, dragonflies, hummingbirds, the little cotton fluff that flies in the air. I've been figuring out how to. It's kind of some elemental properties of kind of moving the wind and moving things around. It's just been fun to play with. It's just a playground right now. Is really what it is.
Interesting. Wow.
So other than that, not any big movements, but just I feel like, as we all are, just being prepared. We're just being prepared.
Yeah, and I think with this show,
open mind about this show is monumental for that. Absolutely, yeah.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate the compliment.
Oh,
and
we appreciate you.
I had no idea when my friends told me to go to TikTok that I should go here, and I was always on Facebook. And they do my radio show, and they said, "You guys want TikTok?" Because I always thought it was a bunch of kids doing makeup or something. And
Dancing.
then I found out there are intelligent people on here that are adults that are doing discussions or hitting each other over the head about the flat earth or the round earth or the square earth and saying, no, I don't want any of that stuff. So I
Oh,
did a little bit of monitoring before I started doing anything on here. And I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have the best spiritual UFO talk show if it's only the only one first on here. And it was. I'm going to blast it up here and we're going to bust the matrix. And
yeah.
I've taken off like crazy with it. And I've still been the same person I was when I came out. Now, my consciousness has certainly shifted a lot since I've been doing the show here. But I'm still the same person. I haven't changed. I have no ego. I'm just here to do the mission work. And
I
part of
love
it is
that
my
about
intellect.
you. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, yeah. I think anybody who is at least partially activated has an intuition about things. And that's why you have nearly 300, over 300 people in your rooms lately. I've noticed your numbers are rising, but it's because we feel you. We feel your intentions. We feel your purity. We feel that your authenticity and your self-reflection. You keep yourself in check. It's absolutely felt and received, and we're aware of it, and we love you, and we thank you.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate you as well, equally. All right,
Thank you.
Sharon, thank you for the update about your
Yes,
husband. That was great.
thank you, thank you. I'll
All
come
right.
back. I'll come back with more info.
All right. Sounds great. So
I'll
everyone's
let you. I'll
give
let
a.
you hold the door.
Okay, we'll let you down back on the planet Earth. Let me just do this here. And that was Sharon. Let's see. Jason says, do a family of crows have any significance with the star people? You know, Jason, that's a great question. I'll be honest, I don't know the answer. Jordan Bell, thank you for the roses. That is a great question. I really don't know the answer. Let's see here. Well, it's about almost 12:30. And let's see, we've got 7 of 9 hats. Thank you for the gifting, everybody, all the different gifts you've been giving me. Please go to my Venmo account. I do have a Cash App. If you're not broke, please go to my Cash App. It's on my link on my main page. There's a link to it, to my Venmo account. You press the link and you can make a donation there. I appreciate it. It could be $5, $10, or $15. That would be great. For those that have no money, don't worry about it. We're glad you're here. We want you to watch the show. If you're totally broke, we're glad you're here. If you're not broke and you've been blessed with tons and tons of gold, I'm just kidding you, but if you've been blessed, please show your support for what we do. Yeah, we're still on Facebook. We have 2 Ashtar Command groups on Facebook, so we are active with the groups, and those are where we started back in 2009. And then we have our live thing here on TikTok, which is really important. Hey, Barbara, good to see you. So it's almost about 12:30. Hey, Barbara, good to have you with us. Hope you're doing well down there. Megan and everybody coming in here, welcome. And we'll do maybe 1 or 2 more interviews. If you are interested in being a guest on the show, you must be over 18. And yeah, it's definitely hot. Over 18, no kids on the camera, no smoking, no vaping, no drugs, no drinking, no drunks, no paranormal discussion. We can talk about visitations with the star people. If you've had anything like that happening, we want to know about it. Mer people, fairies, the Bigfoot or Sasquatch, anything in the galactic cosmic area. We'll definitely discuss it with you here on the show. Jersey for a Life, thank you for the heart me. And we'll see who we have coming up next here. I think we have Do Waggis. I don't know who Do Waggis is. So before Do Waggis, we bring you on. I know you just joined the show. Can you tell me why you want to come on live, Do Waggis? So I always want to know in a sentence, what you're here to talk about. Now, just Do Waggis, this is called Encounters. This is an actual talk show on UFOs, spiritual space people. We talk about things like Atlantis. We'll talk about the inner Earth. These are the things, just to give a background of what we're talking about. So I won't let you up unless I know what your reason is for wanting to come up on the show. So if you want to type in what you want to talk about, then I'll have to meditate on it for a minute to see whether I'm going to do it or not. Because I know I've done this before and it's gone south, and I'm not going to let that happen. Welcome everybody to the show who are coming in here. TTV Stone or TTV kinder teacher. I like that. Alan, welcome to the show. Anne Marie, welcome. Did you see my question for comments up? Hey, Ashley, I didn't see your question, but I'm going to go for comments up to try to find your question. I think TikTok filters out things. But Ashley, I'm going to bring you up here. This way I can talk to you. Ashley's going to be coming up with her question. Now I can actually talk to you and we can actually discuss your question. I just sent Ashley a request. Oh, there we are. Now I can actually, I don't know why they filtered the questions out here. It's really weird. Ashley should be up with me in a moment. Hey, Ashley, how you doing?
Just a second. I'm going out to the garage.
Okay. The garage it is. You're watching Encounters.
I didn't know you were going to pull me up. I didn't know you were going to pull me up and everybody's sleeping.
Because of the questions, sometimes they're not coming through. I just wanted to bring you on live so you can ask me the question. Yeah.
So last night I went out after the fireworks and I was just watching the sky. I didn't see anything, but I zoomed into a couple stars on my phone and I was wondering if it was normal because I've never done it before. Is it normal that the stars, when you zoom in all the way, they look like rainbow plasma and they're bouncing all around, changing shape and color? Is that normal?
That's normal. Sometimes it is. I use very high-powered binoculars, ones for astronomy use, and you do have to adjust it, but you can see colors vibrating from the stars. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering because I didn't know. I just didn't know if I was seeing a ship or if that's what the stars really look like when you zoom in. So that's all I wondered.
All right. Well, it looks like Gabe. There's a Gabe something. I've been seeing ships of light lately. We'll bring Gabe up, and I'll bring you down, Ashley. Thanks for asking the question.
All right. Thank you.
All right. There you go. Gabe, there's a person named Gabe here. Gabe, I'm going to bring you up here, Gabe, on the show. This is Encounters. I'm the #1 UFO spiritual talk show on social media. Gabe is our next guest, and I read his sentence there. So he's been seeing ships. Gabe, welcome to the show.
Hi, how you doing?
We're doing good. Where are you located, Gabe?
I'm in Colorado.
Oh, great. Colorado has a lot of stuff going on with the spaceships. So tell me a little bit about yourself and what's been happening with the spaceships. How long have you been seeing these things and all that stuff?
Well, lately, so I've been going out at night a lot to go smoke a cigarette in the backyard, and I kind of just stay looking up at the stars, and I've been turning the lights out completely, mainly because of the bugs and whatnot. But so at first, I know there's been a lot of drones flying around our city, so I can kind of tell when it's some of those because they have the red and white flashing. But these ones, they're up way too high, and they have really, really intense flashes. And then they kind of erratic movement. They don't go like in the paths. I usually see the paths the airplanes take, like towards our airport.
Yeah.
And these are way different. And then sometimes when I ask them to come back, like if they disappear, they will. And then I'll ask like a certain question or just for something, and I'll say, yeah, if you can come by and just give me confirmation on that, and I'll see like a quick flash, and like it's pretty awesome. It's been really pretty regular too. It's been awesome.
We call that you have a natural gift. If you're telling them to come back, they're hearing you telepathically through consciousness, and they respond by telepathy. Do you know what telepathy is?
Oh yeah, definitely, and yeah, oh yeah.
You do. It seems like you're tuned in. So you are doing actual CE5 without even doing the CE5 application. They can hear you consciously. They are coming back in their ships. You come back. They'll give you a flash of light to indicate there they are. I bet you can, even if you were ready to do it, they would come close enough and say, if you said to them quietly through meditation, first of all, I would ask who they are and say, are you Christed space people of light? And see what they answer. If they answer yes, then the next question would be to them, okay, you're responding to me. This is great. We're building a relationship. but is it possible you can land in an area that's safe and we can actually meet? I would facilitate that level after you figure out whether they are beings of space beings of Christed light. That's really important before you get to physical contact. I'd be very curious what happens, because you seem to have a natural ability to interact with with these ships.
Definitely, I'll try that because every time I kind of have the intention of like it being positive and all benevolent and nothing but I like have good intentions and all positivity. And I kind of like watch different shows and I've been aware of the CE5 type of meditations and everything. And I never tried it, but it kind of just started happening when I kind of just started going more out in the backyard at night and just kind of just started just naturally just trying it. And sure enough, it's been pretty awesome. And I say thank you every time. And yeah, and the weird thing too, like when they were Ashley was talking about the stars, I've been staring at the same one quite a bit sometimes too, and it almost looks like it moves around and it stands in place, and it kind of looks like it's like kind of moving around and yeah, it's the strangest thing. And it's always the same one too. And that's when I kind of started seeing those lights at first when I was kind of looking at the same star, and then I just started seeing those other ones out of the side of my eye. And then I asked me like sometimes like if I could film them, and I haven't got to the time where I can actually film them yet. And I'm already saying, well, I'm not really going to show them to anybody. I mean, it's kind of just for my own peace of mind, because really none of my friends or family I'd really even want to show them, because it's kind of just like nobody's ready for it and nobody wants to even acknowledge it because they're kind of afraid of the implications. But yeah, it's hopefully I'll be able to film them soon.
Yeah, you will. I mean, I think you need to ask them these questions. I think you'll be able to have physical contact with these space beings. But I want to make sure before I say go, jump out there in the backyard and have a ship come real low, is ask them, are they Christed star people of light, and see what their response is. And if they are, first of all, you can say, if you're Christed star people of light, when you see their craft, can you tell them to show you, could they show you a blinking light or make a big bright light just to respond to your question? And that in itself would be a confirmation. Yeah, I would do that. That's the way I would do it.
Okay. And could you say that again, the exact verbiage again? You said Christ did, what was it again you said?
So you're going to ask them, you're going to say to them, I love seeing your spaceships. Are you Christed space people of light? That's the question. Are you Christed? Right. That's what you always want to be sure. I'm not doubting that they're not positive, but I want you to also protect yourself. And this way you can do that. If they do respond that way, then say, and then if their ship comes really close to the ground level, you'll feel their energy and you'll know whether it's good or not. If they really are good, then say, look, you'd like to facilitate. If they are that way, then they need to pulsate their spaceship lights really bright so that you get like a response, almost like Morse code.
Yes. And the crazy thing, I'm sitting out at the kind of the edge of our town right now, just kind of where the light fades away, where I can see the stars. I'm kind of just checking the stars out right now after eating dinner, and that's the craziest thing. I was just checking this out, and something else. I appreciate it. I definitely did a follow as well, and I definitely, will keep checking you out. That's I'm excited now to try that out. Thank you.
Oh yeah, I am here to help everybody. I have a CE5 group in Connecticut here in New England, Ashtar Command Contact Group. We haven't done a lot of CE5s this year. We're going to do another one probably coming up in August. But we go out there, we go live on TikTok here, and we will actually, through the protocol, vector in the spaceships of light. And we also do a Christed meditation with our group. So we merge our information with the CE5 application of Dr. Stephen Greer, and we are able to. I've been involved in this CE5 stuff for a lot of years. I know I'm a trained observer. I know what whether it's a conventional craft or a spaceship or a blimp, I can break down all those things pretty quickly. So yeah, we're excited that you're here. I'm glad you came on the show and shared your story.
Yes, thank you. And I'll definitely join remotely when you guys do that one coming up here in August. And yeah, like I said, I can tell usually like if it's a satellite, a plane, and drones. But definitely, I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, brother. Well, you're now part of the tribe of the worldwide audience. I appreciate you being here.
Yes, sir. We appreciate you. Thank you. And have a good one.
You take care, man. You take care. Let me just do this here. And that was Gabe, a new friend of the show. Awesome. Thank you for the Join My Team thing. Our home's in August. So in August, we will set something up. We'll be out in the field. Kitty Mama, thank you for the team bracelet. We appreciate it. We're almost at 100,000. We're doing really good. We're at 90.3. If everybody taps on the screen, we'll get there. And in a few minutes, we're going to call it a night here. I'm going to go to my friend's live. I want to introduce you who don't know her. So her name is Friends with Fairies 1111. So what you want to do is when I go off of here, I'm going to join my sister on that live for just a little bit, and then I'm going to be going to sleep. But so when I go off of here on my show here, you'll go to Friends with Fairies 1111. Remember that name, Friends with Fairies 1111. Oh, she ended her live? Oh, forget that. Okay. Scooby, did she go off planet or did she just go to sleep? That was a short live. She went to take a shower, she said. Okay. All right. Good thing. Well, tomorrow night is going to be Ashtar Command night. Oh, she ended the live. Okay. All right. Oh, she was tired. All right. She'll be all energized tomorrow night, I'm sure. All right. So work then, yeah, you gotta go to sleep. She works all day, yeah. So she got some rest there. Can you post a link to your Facebook page? I will do that. I will have to get the link and put it on here. Yeah, she was exhausted. She works hard. She's not, okay. I appreciate the updates. Well, hopefully she gets some rest. Tomorrow night we'll have, hopefully April on our live on Ashtar Command live, Ashtar Command Q&A. Everybody check out my live tomorrow night, Ashtar Command Q&A. We'll answer your questions about the Ashtar Command and all that stuff. She's doing a big live tomorrow night. Okay. I'll be messaging her about tomorrow night for the Ashtar Command night. So I'll be sending her a message about Ashtar Command night tomorrow evening. We're almost at 94.5. Once we get to 100,000, I'm going to call it an evening because we have a big night tomorrow night. And then I have to also message her about our live tomorrow evening. So that's really important. Okay. We will do one more interview. If you'd like to be on the show. Oh, she's doing a daytime live. Okay. I'll be messaging her tonight. Just a reminder about tomorrow night. So yeah. I'm sure a lot has been going on off planet, and I just think she has a lot of information to share. So we're going to try to get her on here with us tomorrow evening. And again, if you've not been a guest on my show, I'll take one more person on here. If you've had any encounters with the space people, if you've been documenting, yeah, she has no work tomorrow, so she'll be on tomorrow night. So we try to get her together with me on Saturday evenings for our Ashtar Command thing. And you folks have been great. I love all of you out there, all the new people. Oh, Friends of Fairies is here. Is she here? I'll bring her on. I think she is here. I'm going to try to bring her on. Hey, sister. My sister's out there. And she's here. I know she's been working all day.
Yeah.
Hey, sister, how are you?
I'm good. Just a little tired.
I know you are.
Super busy the last few days. A lot of people
Oh my
calling
God.
out.
You're a workhorse.
Yeah.
But I also feel there's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, there is. We'll get into it tomorrow.
Tomorrow night.
Yeah, but I just wanted to pop in and say hi and give my support.
Yeah, I sense everything. And I want to say hello to my father, mother, my two sisters and brother, and your family. They're watching. Good evening.
Yeah, they were actually just here just a few minutes ago. I had the delayed lighting on. I've been with them pretty much the last couple of nights of like the last 4 nights they've brought me up. It's just been like really, really busy down underneath the ocean surface. There's just been a lot going on.
You've been helping them a lot, I've been sensing.
Yes, there's been a lot. They have, if people don't know, if you did not hear in my live, I will just kind of recap really quickly. So they have been using new weaponry underneath the ocean surface, some kind of new ray, and they've made these dead zones underneath the ocean surface, and it has really affected our sea life and the beings that live underneath the ocean surface. It's kind of been all hands on deck. With the Ashtar Command and the medical crew down there trying to heal a lot of these animals and a lot of the space beings also that are down there that were affected by this new weaponry they've been shooting off underneath the ocean surface. The Ashtar Command has put a stop to it. I think they got away with a couple of them. We're trying to figure that out now, if they have or not. But it's just been it's been a hot mess down there. It really has been. So they've had all their anybody with any medical experience in the Ashtar Command has been all hands on deck helping the beings and the sea life down there, trying to help heal them.
Yeah, I've been feeling that. Even though we haven't been on together, I know you've been doing a lot of work on planning. You know how I am. Like,
Yeah.
I know what's happening.
Yeah.
So I know you've been doing diligent work, and I'm sure you're learning stuff as you go along. But our oceans are so important, and I've been trying to teach people that we have space families in the oceans living there, and other life forms living there that are intelligent.
Yeah, there are so many, guys, and we have cities that are underneath our ocean surface, and I know a lot of people don't know about all this, but we do have several space stations that are underneath. There's 7 major space stations underneath the ocean's waters, and there are several little cities that are all over the place underneath the ocean's waters, and but besides that, our own sea life has been affected, and not just our sea life, but also some of the space beings that are living down there. They're waiting for everybody to show up, so for when big contact happens. But they've been living on our planet for quite a while, and so when like what they did with the nuclear testing that they were doing underneath the ocean's waters. They have been testing these new ray weapons underneath there, and because they don't want to be caught using it, because it's the last ditch effort trying to stop contact from happening. Well, the Ashtar Command, like I said, has been on top of it. They've got most of these things locked down. And stopped it, but it's just with them practicing and shooting these things off under the water, they've made these dead zones where they've just killed so much stuff, and it's a nightmare. Like all these all the sea life has been washing up on shore, and I know a lot of people have been hearing about this, and this is the reason. This is the reason why, is because they've been doing this. I wasn't aware of that. I thought it was just aftermath from the nuclear testing that they had done, but they've been doing other testing under there too. They don't want to be caught doing it. But they got caught, so.
They got caught, you see?
Yeah.
That's the beautiful thing is they tried to outsmart the Ashtar Command and our star people.
Yeah.
Our government's in big trouble for doing this. They are. April, we're going to let you get some rest. And we'll be on tomorrow night.
Yeah, we will be.
So to get some rest, get some sleep, you work, and we'll talk to you. We'll have a lot more to talk about for everybody. A lot more information. There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
All right, hey, sister.
All right. It was nice seeing everybody. I'm sorry it was so short. I just got home and I'm super tired tonight, guys. It's hot.
Yeah.
But
go ahead and rest.
All right. I love everybody. You guys have a great night. We'll talk tomorrow about everything.
Many blessings. All right. And that was April, and she's been on the ship going with the Ashtar Command. We're going to get really into a lot of detail tomorrow night. These are things that the government doesn't want you to know about. We are definitely, things are really happening here, folks, and you're not going to find this out on YouTube or any other TikTok broadcasts. April is directly and myself. We'll be going with 3 other people. There'll be 5 of us eventually going on the ships before main contact. I myself will be going with Johnny, who's been here, Kit Kat, and Chesno, who's not on right now. There's 5 of us that will be going on the spaceships directly. You need to know this. This is going to be true. And we are going to expose the government for doing what they've been doing in our oceans and seas against all the intelligent life forms that live on our deep oceans, and how they've been using these negative technologies to try to destroy the space people and the space families and other intelligent life forms that are in the oceans that have been here for a long time. They're going to be exposed on this show and also exposed in general. And for many of you that don't know this is going on, you're not going to hear about this on CNN or NBC or ABC or BBC or anything. They're a part of the problem. These networks are controlled by the very people that don't want you to know the truth about what they've been doing. And it's being stopped. The Ashtar Command is stopping it. And, hey, you have a good night, April. You take care. And, it's just really, people need to understand what we're doing here, what April's doing, what I'm doing here. What we're doing here is giving you the truth, the things that have been kept from you, the sinister garbage that the government's trying to do in our oceans. We're telling you that this stuff so you now know what your own governments are doing, the secret levels of the government that are trying to stop contact. So they figure if they go in the oceans and try to destroy the space cities and try to get people sick who are here to assist our planet, who've been living here amongst us in the oceans, they think they can destroy all the space people. They can't do that. They're never going to be able to do that. They're being exposed. If they were able to control the situation, you would never have contact for another 100 years. That's how sick these people are. They don't care about anything other than their ego, their power, their money, their wealth, and their technology. They don't care. Don't get me started now, folks. Don't get me started, especially near 1 o'clock in the morning. But we are committed to the mission. We are committed to this mission. All of you have a part to play at some point. Everyone does. It's a collective thing, It really is. And it's really important that people get focused now that you're knowing this. We're going to present stuff to you tomorrow night from the Ashtar Command, who will be part of the show. Our space family will be with us on the show tomorrow night, and they will communicate as need be. They also are monitoring the show from the spaceship. They are monitoring this show right now. So I'll leave it at that. I just want you to know things are starting to happen here. Disclosure, exposure of the things that have been lied about, the secret stuff they've been doing with nuclear testing in our oceans, which has affected the star people that live in cities deep in our oceans. That's being exposed. The command is putting a stop to all this. If the command wasn't able to do that, if the Ashtar people from the different star systems weren't here to help the planet, this planet would be in big trouble. And they're in such a last-ditch effort, these ones who have kept a cover-up for over 70 years of the existence of people from other worlds. These very people, these people that are eventually going to fall apart, many of them are older, and there's been a big battle within the power structures of the younger people versus the older people that have been doing this, okay? Yes, I am too, Red One. So tomorrow night, we're going to go full force, and we will have April and myself on here, and we're going to tell you what's happening. And April's going to share updates on what they've been doing in the oceans to stop this. The dolphins, yes. All the life forces of light, all the different life forces, intelligence, that people never thought that in the oceans there are actual beings of light that live in our depths of our oceans. The government's not going to tell you that. I'm sure the Pentagon knows that already. They're not going to tell you that. Really, man. Oh, you're welcome, Catherine. So this show, of all the shows, I don't care how popular some of the UFO shows are on YouTube that have millions of people, all I can tell you is this is where it's happening. You better let people know this is where it's happening on this show. People that you think are open and ready, let them know about this show. If they're not ready, they're not ready. But if you want cosmic truth here and know what our space family is doing, this is where you're going to find it. Or when April's live doing her thing, that's when you're going to find it. That's the two places you're going to find it. Right here and also with April. And we support what she does 1,000%. And she knows it. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Very true. Very true. We hit 100,000. It's time for me to say goodnight. We will see you tomorrow evening. I hope everybody has a great weekend. Get out into nature. Go to the beach. Go to the water. Meditate. Communicate. And, get tuned in. It really is important, folks, to do that. Very, very important. I want to thank all my guests tonight. I appreciate all your stories, all your questions, all your comments. Everybody, hey, for all relatives, have a great night. Everybody out there, have a beautiful, beautiful weekend. We'll see you tomorrow night. And it'll be Ashtar Command Q&A tomorrow night, and also our space people. Take care, everybody. Many blessings to you. I will share next time. Okay, Ashley. Yeah, definitely. We're going to sign out of here. Take care, everybody. Have a good night. Thank you for the gifts. Let's do this here. Whoops.